Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of Dr.NostalgiaGamer. Today I'm going to be doing a review of The Last of Us Remastered on the PlayStation 4. Alright, so as usual, let's do a little bit of a background and some information on the game. So, The Last of Us Remastered is an action-adventure survival horror game created by Naughty Dog and published by Sony. This game is an enhanced port of the 2013's The Last of Us Remastered, which was released on the PlayStation 4 in July of 2014. As far as differences between the remastered and the regular version, if I remember correctly, the regular version came out on the PlayStation 3 originally in like 2013-ish, so this game's actually pretty old. Even the 2014 version, that's still 3 years old. That's crazy to me to imagine that this game's 3 years old and looks as good as it does. But anyway, so as far as differences, there were minor gameplay additions, enhanced graphics, rendering upgrades, which things like increased draw distance, upgraded combat mechanics, and a higher frame rate, which are all great things that increase the graphics. And as you can tell, it's a visually stunning game. It's actually absolutely beautiful. And it also had the option to have downloadable content in the form of an episode called Left Behind, which is sort of an explanation of some of the storyline. So as far as the actual storyline behind the game is set 20 years after an outbreak which destroyed much of civilization, exploring the possibility of a fungus that has been infecting humans. In the single-player story, you play as Joel, which is this character here. Let's see if I can get a view of his face. This is Joel. You play as Joel in the main level. This is 20 years after the outbreak. You can see Joel's got his gray hair and everything. And Joel actually lost his daughter due to the outbreak. His daughter wasn't infected. She was actually shot. But Joel lost his daughter, and you can see that this is 20 years in the future. Joel is trying to help escort young Ellie across a post-apocalyptic United States. Ellie is this little girl over here. Ellie is apparently immune to the fungus. She was bitten by an infected 2 weeks ago. Most people turn within 2 days, and she is perfectly healthy. She also doesn't have to wear a respirator mask when she's around the fungus that infects people because apparently, like I said, she's immune, and they're trying to take her across the country in order to get her to a lab where they can create a cure to the infection. So you can see the graphics are really beautiful. I'm just going to take a second to kind of appreciate the graphics of the game. You can see the characters are very well detailed. You can see that I just love the graphical abilities of this game. Everything is just so well done. There's nothing I've played in this game thus far. There's no they didn't cut any corners in this game. There's nothing in this game where it's like you look at the graphics and you're like, that could have been a little bit better. No, I mean everything is just so well done. Even down to like the most minor details is so pretty in this game. So as far as the actual controls and everything goes, you know, your character can run, he can crouch, he can pick up items and swap weapons. As far as like his actual inventory, it's kind of cool. He actually uses his actual backpack when he does things in his inventory, which is kind of cool. This game's very lifelike in my opinion, in the sense that if there really was an apocalyptic breakout, I imagine this is how people would actually be and how life would actually be. Because things are very scarce in this game. It's not easy to find things. You have to really, really search to find things in this game. It's not like a lot of games of this type where it seems like every room you stumble into, there's like a dozen different little things just placed out in the open that you can run and grab that help you. This game isn't really like that. It makes you really scavenge. You never have very much in this game. But as far as the actual inventory goes, though, you use the directional pad to choose weapons. You have long-range weapons such as the bow and arrow, and you can change your long-range weapon. Like I also have a hunting rifle as well, which is good for long distances. It's also high-powered, but it only allows you to shoot one at a time, and it's kind of slow. Then you got your handguns, and you can change those out as well between different handgun types. Let's see. We've also got. You can craft supplies such as kits to heal yourself, and everything takes time. So crafting things takes a little bit. Healing yourself alone takes a little bit, and that's interesting to me because, you know, like I said, it's more like real life. You can pick up throw weapons like bottles and bricks that you can hit the infected with, or you can hit enemies with. You can use them as distraction or to stun enemies. There's even Molotov cocktails that you can make and use in the game. As far as like the actual menu goes, in crafting, you can upgrade your melee weapons. Now, this is just what I've unlocked so far from playing the game. I've only been playing it for, I don't know, maybe like a couple hours maybe. You can upgrade melee weapons, create shivs, which are used to do sort of like insta kills if you sneak up behind an enemy. You can craft health kits and Molotovs. And you have to collect supplies as you go. Like I said, supplies are kind of scarce. It's not easy to find. So you really have to make good decisions when you're sitting there thinking, okay, well, let's see, the Molotov cocktail and a health kit takes the exact same amount of supplies to make. So I have to decide, am I going to use that supplies to make this, which will help me if I end up getting hurt, or will it help me make, or this, where I can damage a large number of enemies in a short period of time. So, like I said, the game really makes you think. You've also got supplements that you can pick up, which are sort of the version of upgrades in the game where you can upgrade. So, for example, maximum health, that increases the amount of health you have. Increasing the listening mode, which is a skill that he has where he can sort of see through walls by using his hearing, healing speed, and things like that. Then you got collectibles, which are artifacts. Artifacts are like pieces of paper and maps and things like that that you can find. And it really actually is important to read some of them too, because like, for example, with this note here, you can see it's a note written to Bob talking about a safe. And you can see that there's a combination on the bottom of the paper. If you were to just pick up this note, nothing happens. You have to actually pick up the note, you have to zoom into it, and you have to read it. After that, you can actually unlock safes that are locked throughout the game, which is really cool. There's also crafting in the form of weapon parts. You can find like random pieces of metal and things like that, and you can use those to upgrade your weapons at crafting stations. You've got other collectibles, like you got the Firefly pendants, which are, the Firefly is like a gang, and you can see the Firefly pendants are members of the Firefly that have died, and you pick up their items. Then you got training manuals, which are things you can use to help increase your character's crafting skills and things of that nature. So yeah, I mean, the game's really cool. Graphics, like I said, just blow me away in this game. I'm really excited to have it, and I'm excited to review it for you guys too. Alright, so let's get to some gameplay here.
Don't leave the door open. You got it. We have to cross to the other building. Up the stairs. Move it.
Just stay with me.
Can't believe you agreed to this bullshit, Bill. What you should have done?
She's busy.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, busy.
Like in trouble in paradise.
Yeah, something like that.
Lock your load.
Well, that's what happens if you die.
Here we are. You don't touch anything. Can you close the door? Let's gear up.
What? I need a gun.
No, you don't.
Joel, I can handle myself.
No. Stay here.
Fine. Just wait around for you two to get me killed.
This goes on record as the worst fucking job you've ever taken.
It's up there.
What'd I say?
Just fixing your stupid pile.
Don't touch. God damn it.
Shit. Trust me.
Joel, keep an eye on her, right?
Like a hawk.
Look, here's the school.
All right.
Ready?
Guess we'll find out.
Yeah, so this is the listening mode. This is where he uses his hearing, and he can actually picture the infected through walls and things like that, so it's pretty cool. Those are called clickers. They can't see, but they use a clicking sound like bat sonar. And if you stop moving, they usually can't find you. Alright guys, well that's it for this episode of Dr.NostalgiaGamer. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This game is really cool. It's definitely a must play. I would give it at least a solid 9 out of 10. Graphics are beautiful, gameplay's great, controls are good. The only reason why I'd even consider giving it less than a 10 would be just on the fact that the controls can be a little bit difficult at times, and sometimes it's not quite as intuitive as you might like. But then again, the game is designed to be very realistic, and it does that well because it does make it challenging. The game's challenging, but it's not unfairly so. Overall, it's a really good game. Like I said, solid 9 out of 10, must play. I would highly recommend this game. But anyway, so that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the review, and I will catch you guys next time.